Bachelorette Rachel Lindsay is coming down hard on Bachelor Nation. Rachel recently gave an interview with New York Magazine where she blasted the franchise for cultivating a, quote, toxic audience. She went on to say, quote, they have constantly given the audience a product it wants, a Midwestern, Southern white blonde, light-eyed Christian. Not all viewers are like that. There is a Bachelor Nation and there is a Bachelor Klan. Rachel said that some Bachelor fans turned on her after she interviewed former host Chris Harrison about a controversial contestant. Chris is no longer with the show after he defended the contestant for attending an Old South party on a plantation. Erica, what did you make of this?
First, I'm super disappointed in New York Magazine that the article does not reflect what that cover photo is saying. She never said, oops, I blew up The Bachelor. And to do that in that way, the entire aesthetic just further vilifies a woman who does not deserve to be vilified. Rachel Lindsay was the first black lead in the Bachelor franchise, period. I had her on my podcast, and I specifically said, I was like, girl, when I heard that there was going to be a black bachelor or black bachelorette, I was like, who is this unicorn? Because you knew that she couldn't have any semblance of something wrong in her past. Her father was a federal judge. She was an attorney. I mean, it was all the things. And she said, that's a great point, but why has no one else been held to that standard before me?
Wow.
And that's exactly what's happening right now. You have a woman who has, by all standards, I know no one's perfect, but she's pretty close to perfect in my eyes. You know, like she really is someone who walks it like she talks it. She's a genuine person, and we should all be very proud of what she was able to do. However, just by her showing up on a daily basis, she is constantly called out of her name. She is blamed for things that have nothing to do with her. And I would really suggest before anyone casts judgment based on this clickbait that New York Magazine decided to put out there, that they actually read the article, because she bears her soul in this piece. And I think that anyone who's flexible in their thinking will get something out of exactly what she's putting down. And I am so proud of you, Rachel, because we all needed to hear and read that.
Let me back Rachel here a little bit from being a contestant on a reality show that's very popular. Not as popular as a Bachelorette, but I did Big Brother, for people that don't know, 12 years ago, okay? I don't like that she painted the whole audience with that brush, and I understand she's frustrated. That's not what I'm getting at. What I am getting at is there is toxic viewers, right? And they don't let things go. No matter what you do, they're coming after you. From 12 years ago, I've done things. I've moved on and done a lot of great things and apologized a lot and moved forward. And when I get an interview still from people, I still get questions from 12 years ago because they think that's what the audience wants to hear.
How frustrating.
90% of Twitter is written from 10% of the people. Everywhere I go, everyone still's like, man, I love you and Jordan from Bachelor. Can I get or from Big Brother? Can I get a picture? Of course, there's so, I would say 95% of the people on that 100% of the people that I meet, 95% of the people on Instagram or whatever tell me that they love us, right? But there's always those 5, and they never go away, and that's what makes it toxic. But you got to push that aside. You got to push that aside. You got to focus on what Rachel did, which was great, what you were talking about. And you have to focus on the good, and that you're a good person, that you've changed and you're doing good things. If you feed into the trolls, they're going to keep eating.
But those trolls are going to keep eating, but they're going to eat way more on a woman of color. Just like we saw with Michelle Obama.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying as a contestant, I understand her frustration.
I do want to clarify something. This isn't all about Bachelor Nation, where she does say, for as much as Bachelor Nation, there's also a Bachelor Klan. Of course, that's what you're speaking of.
Right.
This is about the totality of representation through the network, the steps that were aesthetically made, but she wasn't supported in, how she was treated and left by herself, essentially. I mean, there were so many missteps when we're really talking about this. So when people say, and this is so important, especially today, representation matters, and you post black squares and you say you want equality and equity, that equality and equity is the first action step in order to say it out loud. There has to be steps behind it. You cannot just have people representing something aesthetically that you want them to represent and then not support them. That's setting them up for failure, and it's also a slap in the face to anyone who's truly doing the work, because that is not it.
Yeah, well said, Erica.